The Fallout was directed by first-time director and writer Megan Park. This stars Jenna Ortega, Maddie Ziegler, Julie Bowen, John Ortiz, Niles, Fitch, and Shailene Woodley in a small role. Bolstered by new friendships forged under sudden and tragic circumstances, high school student Vada begins to reinvent herself, reevaluating her relationships and her view of the world. Moving away from her comfortable family routine, she starts taking chances with a series of decisions that test her own boundaries and pushes her in new directions. As she spends more time with her friend Mia, they grow closer and Vada slowly redefines herself through their shared experiences. This was a movie I didn't know much about going into it. Of course, I knew who was going to be in it, but then I took a look at what the movie was going to be about. And then it got a lot of praise from film festivals. This movie was heavily praised at film festivals last year, and especially at South by Southwest last year, by a lot of critics for the directing, the story, the screenplay, and universally praising Jenna Ortega's performance. And this was awarded by the Grand Jury Prize in the Narrative Feature Film Competition, the Audience Choice Award in the Narrative Feature Competition, and the Bright Club Illumination Award. Also, this was going to be the directorial debut of Megan Park, who you may remember her from The Secret Life of the American Teenager, right along with Shailene Woodley, which does is playing her in here. Then this movie got shopped around, and then Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema picked it up. And it was, rather than going to theaters, this got put on HBO Max back in the 27th of last month. And having watched this movie just last month, I have to say that it is a crime that this movie did not get a theatrical release. A contender for best contender of the best movies of the year. The Fallout is fantastic. I love off with the direction and the writing by Megan Park. Megan Park is able to take such mature subject matter as how your life is going after the events of a school shooting, which you don't even see the school shooting. You hear about it, but you don't see it. Is able to take that, and she's able to use it and make for a compelling, well-crafted drama that tackles that subject matter as tragedy and school shootings with self-care and respect. Now, this easily could have been done in the wrong hands, easily, without the shadow of a doubt. But I feel the way Megan Park went about it when it comes to direction and writing, she has a very good grip on this. She knows exactly the movie she is going to make, and she sets out to make that movie that she is going to make. It doesn't feel cheap, it doesn't feel tamed, it doesn't feel a studio interfered. And for a first-time director, she really does a great job in the directing and the writing. I've always think Megan Park is a very good actress in Cinderella Story 3 and in The Secret Life of the American Teenager as one of the characters. But I really liked her direction and writing here. She has to get a lot out of these actors and a lot of this performance, and she goes for it. She went for it, and she definitely tackled the subject matter and the story with so much respect and so much care that I think a lot of people will be very pleased about. At the same time, with the direction and writing, the movie would not be anywhere as it is without the performance of its main actors. Mainly Jenna Ortega, this is basically a career-worthy performance so far. The best performance in her career. And we just had her performances with her in Yes Day, and recently Scream 5, which she's the most valuable player in that movie. But her as a character in this movie, she has to go through some very traumatic and heartbreaking things in this movie. And I think the way her performance goes about it, she brings it, she excels at it. I think Jenna Ortega is easily the selling part of this entire movie. She really goes through a lot of things. She starts to unravel emotionally, and there's so many nuances of the character that Jenna Ortega brings. She is going through grief, but also being that same chill girl that she is. And I think Jenna Ortega easily next year, if this is to be nominated for Oscars next year, put her in the Best Actress nomination for the Academy Awards. She definitely deserves it, and she is fantastic here. Another big surprise in the acting was, once again, Maddie Ziegler, which, I'm gonna be for real with y'all. Maddie Ziegler can be a very potential worthy actress. I have seen Maddie Ziegler act. She has a small cameo into All the Boys P.S. I Love You. I know she did the Book of Henry and Ballerina. She did Music, which, as bad as that movie is as offensive as that movie is, I never want to talk about that movie again. I thought she was one of the few good things in that movie. She was playing an autistic character, even though she herself wasn't autistic, but I felt there was some potential in there. And her small role as Velma in West Side Story 2021, I thought was great. Here, you get to see her as Mia, and she really just impressed me as well. She really does a fantastic job here, and a performance that makes you forget she ever did music. This movie really did her. And it's the chemistry of these two that really does bring this movie out to be what it is. They work very well with each other. They play off very well with each other. I also thought Niles Fitch did a really good job in his role as another character affected by a school shooting, which I thought he was fantastic too. Very good. I do remember him from Roman J. Israel from Clips and Secret Society, Second Born Royals. He's very good here. So 3 strong, very young, talented actors there as well. You also have Julie Bowen, who plays very well in this movie. She does a good job here as a supporting role. But Shailene Woodley as the counselor. This was an unexpected surprise because Shailene Woodley, we haven't seen her in anything since Divergent and such. I know she's done smaller projects, that's fine. It's obvious that she and Megan Park are working together again because they did work together with The Secret Life of the American Teenager. But Shailene Woodley, I think, is one of those underrated actresses that we don't get to see enough of. And I know she was going to play Mary Jane in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Which that was a fucking shame she got cut out. But Shailene Woodley here, for her small part, she's great. I think the entire cast really knocks it out of the park. And it's really the cast and the direction that makes this movie what it is. This movie portrays trauma as trauma is something that we all go through in life, whether a family death or car accidents, school shootings. And this is something that easily is not the most easiest to talk about. It is a very difficult subject matter, but I appreciate the fact that Megan Park went about it because it's so complicated, it's so hard hitting that I think for a lot of people who has watched this and who will watch this is going to be a very hard hitting movie for most of them because we've all been through that process of trauma. Trauma is just something that we have no control over. And in a lot of ways, I definitely felt that. The movie, it does have a lack of closure, but for me, I like the sense that that is the point that movie's trying to make towards the end of the movie. Life doesn't always bring you simple solutions, and you have to go through the trauma in order to deal with it. But the aftermath of the tragic event, I think the movie went about it very good. It went about it very amazingly well, and I was very happy that the movie went this route. And it does linger with you as well. Not to mention the technical aspects in the movie, I think are very well done. It's a very good looking movie. It's a very well shot film. It's a very beautifully lit film. And just another thing I very much appreciate about this, from cinematography, production design, the performance, Phineas O'Connell, his score. The score is very haunting, it's very emotional, and it's very brilliant. I love that. Phineas O'Connell, he is the brother of Billie Eilish. He's wrote on a lot of songs for Billie Eilish, and he and Billie Eilish is also doing the music for Turning Red. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. So I definitely very much appreciated what this movie went about. It really went for it. I loved it, and I think it was very, very executed in a way that I think only this movie truly does it. So the screenplay, the direction, and the score, and the performances all make this a very worthy film. The one thing I do wish there was more of a closure, and I did wish Shailene Woodley was in it a little bit more in the counseling scenes, but I very much appreciate what this movie was going for. I like what this movie had to say about the subject matter that it's going for, because we all have to go through trauma at some point, as I just said before. And while this movie is definitely not going to be the easiest watch for everybody, and believe me when I say that, this is not going to be an easy watch for most of you guys, so definitely know who you are when you're going into this. Definitely sit here and say that The Fallout is one of the best contenders for favorite film of 2022. We still have a long way to go. We still have Multiverse of Madness. We still have The Flash. We still have The Batman, hopefully. But this is definitely one of my favorite films of 2022. I was very impressed with it. I think a lot of you guys will enjoy this. This is worth watching. It is a very well done movie. I will recommend this. It is a very well crafted drama that tackles the subject matter with care and respect, while having great impressive direction by Megan Park and incredible performances by its cast, including Jenna Ortega and Maddie Ziegler, with supporting roles from Julie Bowen and Shailene Woodley. Definitely watch this movie, and I'm going to give this movie an almost Spider-worthy seal of approval grade, and you're getting the better than Vampire Academy. Comment section down below, what did you guys think of The Fallout? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you somewhere right in the middle? All my social media links are in the description box down below. If you like some merch to my Cash App, or you would like to see anything from Amazon wish list, those are down there as well. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video, as well as hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when new videos are up, because I do post on a regular basis. And as always, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.